Hello survivors, welcome to a brand new Soulstone survivor video. Today we are going to try out these legendary Barbarian swords. They look so cool. I really do like the look of them. I mean, just look at that weapon, it is so cool. Anyway, we're going to be running a new build with his weapons, with the new Titan as well. We're running Battle Proficiency, Synergetic, Advanced Tactics and Divine Legacy with Weapon Expert, Efficient Extraction and Reroll Mastery. There is currently a bug in the game, which we're going to take a look at as well. We're going to see if it works every single time, or if it is something that was just unfortunate and happened to us. That has to do with the brand new Titan, and also the fact that we were told that you only need one source of like a fragility to get fragility to Radiance, or Radiance to get a Radiance to finesse and things like that. So you're still going to need two sources, as far as I know, to get your poison to what is a poison to doom and things like that. So those you're still going to need two sources for, or three sources, or however it worked originally. It's down in the survivor's guide, or the mega sheet, which will be down in the description in case you're wondering how those sources work. But yeah, when I'm talking about the two sources only needing one source now, it has to do with the passives for the Titans. As far as I know, I still could be completely wrong there. Alright, over here we're going to start Heartrending Strike, because that's going to give us fragility. It also gives us Bulwark and finesse. We're going to grab multicast because that's amazing. Reduce the amount of rage consumed. For now, that's fine. We could grab Earth Shield, but I've got another plan for that, so we're actually not going to be grabbing it. And let's see, there's a double slash for debilitated. We also get Bulwark and more finesse. Now, the best thing that we could ever get right now would actually be to find ourselves the Loot Goblin. The Loot Goblin will make us amazingly powerful, because it gives us levels, but it will also allow us to grab Midorak a second time in a row, where you don't usually have that opportunity. But there are other things we're going to do. Hopefully it's not bugged, but if it is, it is. Maybe it's not counting fragility to Radiance as a source of Radiance. That's the only problem that we have been facing. Because we're looking for Radiance to finesse, but if we don't get it again, it's not really a big deal, because we should be able to get what we're looking for through just pure upgrades anyways. But getting Radiance to finesse would have made our life a whole lot quicker in terms of what we were looking to do. We don't need area of effect, and that will be quite an interesting thing to know. We are playing Scent of Blood over here, so temporarily increase your cast frequency based on how many stacks of finesse you have. So that's why we wanted to get as much finesse as possible. And then we need one more. Which skill was it that I used before? We'll just grab On Guard for now, but I don't believe that is what I was running. Swing to Thrust is fine. Oh right, I remember what skill it is. It's the main skill of the entire build. I'm being silly. So we actually got a suggestion, or someone saying, you know, in the comment section, boulder when. And, you know, since we got this new boss that gives us insane amounts of area of effect, I was like, no, what skill do we need that can give us, you know, that much AoE, or what can roll with AoE on it? And it turns out we actually do have a skill, but the game's not giving it to us, which isn't a problem. We'll eventually get it, but it's going to be the boulder, so we don't need to worry about on guard or anything to do with it. We're just going to grab other things like armor, block, cast frequency on this. Let's see. We don't have rerolls, so this is the multicast on these skills, which is good. There's a finesse to bulwark and more movement speed. You can already see pretty decent damage. We are just doing this on a low difficulty, so just a Sigil of the Void, because I haven't really tested it too much to see the damage. Also, if we don't get the skill that's supposed to be doing all the damage, it's kind of difficult to do the damage. By the way, his 2 weapon now gives Flesh Impale, which hits enemies in a long line in the target direction, causing damage, pulling enemies and applying exposed. We also gain Form, which is critical strike chance. We then also get a powerful shout that causes damage based on the number of stacks of exposed, and we also gain Form. So we get quite a lot of critical strike chance with this one. It could be very good to get to the Midorak upgrade that gives you aptitude. However, we should be able to get Bulwark to aptitude in this build already, so that passive isn't necessarily. It's not necessarily necessary. So I'm sure there are better passives right now that we could use. Even getting like the cast frequency and the critical damage could be a lot better right now. Okay, we're gonna go for that. Magnetic, still nothing there. This is a very unfortunate circumstances we're having right now. Swing to thrust is fine. And the thing with the boulder is that it actually stuns enemies as well, so it would have worked out really, really well. Just not getting it. Cast frequency, still nothing there. Don't want to re-roll because we need to use it on the boss. But we'll just grab a Radiance to... Fragility to Radiance first. See if that works. We'll then go to Broken to get Shattered. Go to the Twin Brothers, so that we can get either the Shatter to Prowess, or we are able to get the Fragility to Finesse. So that is the plan. And then we'll do another Midoriak before the boss to get what we're looking for. Alright, so we're going to grab the Fragility to Radiance. Again, it does give us Radiance, or supposedly gives us Radiance. But we're going to see what happens. We need a lot more potency as well.
This heat boils the blood. Perfect for hunting.
No dazed or disoriented in this build, unfortunately, but it's not really necessary. Also, as soon as Scent of Blood starts to get up and running, we're going to land up with 0.2 second cooldowns on nearly every single skill. So this goes from a 2 second cooldown to a 0.2 second cooldown. You can just imagine the amount of damage it's doing. Or imagine you get the boulder doing massive amounts of damage. Alright, still nothing. Okay, there's our Bulwark to aptitude. We can grab the crit and a magnetic. I'm not too worried about movement speed either, because we should eventually find a 1 or 2 form to haste. We will grab 1 or 2 of them, but I'm probably only going to grab 1, because eventually when we get to a really good point with Scent of Blood, you land up getting way too much movement speed, and it becomes very difficult to control your character. Like when you over 1000% movement speed, it becomes very difficult to focus on bosses and to dodge correctly and things like that, because as soon as you move, your character just glides wherever. You know, you can't really control it as much as you can with less movement speed. So as fun as those builds are, they're not what we're looking for. Alright, we're not looking for damage for these skills. We've got a lethality and that, but we want these, so we're going to grab that. Area of effect we don't need. Damage is good. Critical strike chance. Potency is the most important thing here. We didn't get what we're looking for, but that's fine. And a multicast. Yeah, multicast will be fine. There's more potency. Still, finally, we got it. We got the rolling boulder. Let's go. Okay, we can skip active skills. Relentless are good. Multicast, grab the armor. And now we can speed through things. Another bulwark to that. There's one form to haste. Also want the sharp, so we're going to grab one of them. I think one will be enough. We'll just see. Right now it looks like it's only giving us 20 odd movement speed, but that will change over time. So we got the skills we want, which is really nice, which means we can go and get Midorak. Actually, we'll do Midorak last, just because of what's going to happen. We're going to have to turn the visuals right off as soon as that happens, so it's just what it is. So we'll do that last, where we go from Brittle to Colossal, and it's one of my favorite passives in the game right now. A lot of the builds I'm going to be thinking of are going to be using that passive, especially just for a while. Like the next 1 or 2 builds are going to be using it, just because of how powerful it is for the builds that I like to run, especially if you look at skills and how they work. Having a lot of area of effect just makes a lot of sense. Especially if they go and proc with area of effect or do more damage based on the amount of area of effect you have. So it's going to be amazing. It's also got a really high base damage, or pretty decent base damage. I'm looking at it, I'm saying that as I'm looking, I'm like, what are you saying? It's not that high. Anyway, let's just get the shattered over here. We need the second prowess because we plan to take this build a little bit further. And that prowess is going to make a bit of a big difference for us. So getting a second shattered allows us to get shattered to prowess. Which then allows us to go prowess to resilience, which then allows us to go resilience to purity, which is healing. So that's going to be really cool. So we go back to, I said we're going to do Midorak last, so we'll do Volkage and Revolt, and then we got Midorak, and then we've got the boss fight.
Better stay sharp here.
But we do not have nearly enough finesse yet. We need more cooldown reduction and multicast. Okay, increase the amount of rage, HP, swing to earth is going to be really good here. Multicast is actually very good. We don't need damage on that. Lethality. Sharp blades. Nice big damage now. So we do have prowess already because of the battle proficiency, but now we're going to go shattered to prowess, which is going to give us 2 sources of prowess, and that's going to allow us to go prowess to resilience. And then we can get the resilience to purity through broken Playz, broken to the player. And that makes us very tanky because we get resilience, which is armor. We've got block, which will be really high. And then we've got healing to go with it as well. So pretty insane little trick for going for high, Titan slain. Okay, duration can actually go up 1. That saves us from getting those. I don't know if we want a second one, so I'm just going to hold off of it right now. Grab that. Damage increase for the battle shout is also pretty cool. I do like when you got low cooldown what battle shout happens. It kind of feels like you are like a whirlwind kind of, but not really, because obviously there's nothing for us to really do there. I mean, we're not swinging a weapon, we're kind of just shouting, is what I was trying to say. Okay, cast frequency is good. We're going to go merciless. We don't need the area of effect, so I'm actually going to remove it. And the reason we don't need it is because we're going to get it regardless. So that's going to work very well for us. Again, area is not needed. Some block is going to be really good here. And armor. But everything else, like even multicast, we probably shouldn't need it. But until then, we kind of have to look at taking it until we get everything. And also, if we get hit with the bug again, then we need the multicast. So I'm not going to banish it just yet. But if we are able to get what we're looking for, so that's why we've done the brothers right now, the Cobalt twins, or whatever you want to call them. Twins, yeah, they're definitely twins. The reason we're doing the Cobalts now is, one, we get the Shatter to Prowess, but we also get the opportunity to see if we get the Fragility to Finesse. I mean, Shatter to Prowess. So if we don't get the Fragility to, the Radiance to Finesse, then we will take the Shatter to Prowess. So that's why we're doing them now, and then we'll go grab our area of effect, and that will be the end of the visuals on 100%.
The Titan's fate is sealed.
Because as soon as we get that, we are in deep trouble. Okay, swing to Earth. Grab more magnetics. Grab the multicast. Crit. Armor. Damage. HP is also very good. Swing to thrust. Beautiful. We're just going to lower the graphics for this boss fight to 40%. Skip. You now have to hold down a button. It was just because people were accidentally skipping, because before it was just hold down any button you wanted. Alright, let's see what happens here. So, we're hoping... Okay, it worked this time. So, I don't know what happened yesterday. It was a weird bug. It wasn't giving me Tinker's Elegance. It worked this time. We get the Radiance to Finesse. We will land up coming back for the Shattered Prowess. Don't you worry about that. But before then, we go to Midorak, because we're going further than just 4. But that Finesse is going to be amazing. As you can see already, we are on much more. And that's going to give us increased maximum bonus. So it should lower our... We just need potency on our center blood now. So that works with 2 ways. We can either get damage for swing, or we can get just flat potency. Flat potency, I think, will be better unless we can get those big, epic damage increases. Actually, only on 220 stacks of finesse, so it's not even that much. It's going up. But yeah, so visually this is fine, like so far. Also the white coloring is really nice. Visually the skill looks really cool, but as soon as you add in 1,000 area of effect, it doesn't look so cool anymore.
The Titan will bow or die.
Also, the game goes a lot faster if you don't do the boss fights, because it's much quicker to have the enemy spawn and rush to you than it is for the boss fight to occur, because it takes that little bit of time to spawn them, you know. But let's do a boss fight. Okay, more aptitude, multicasting, cast frequency. We don't need the area of effect, but what the heck, we'll just grab it. The damage is good with the skill chain. Increase the amount of rage when you're below 30% HP. We won't be below that, so it's fine. Multicasting, cast frequency. There's the beautiful potency. Only got 1, but we need more. Starting to get where it needs to be. Trying to spin on me.
The Titan will be next.
Still feel very slow. Alright. Another movement, that's good. Multicast. No, wait, we got a lot of these. Thrust to earth, no. Thrust to swing. No. We're looking for multicast and we're looking for damage. Okay, one more reroll. Whoops, I forgot to lock the multicast. Okay, the damage is actually what we're looking for, so that's really good. We might even land up banishing some of the other stuff, just so we can get that damage upgrade more often. I think we can... I think we can, but I don't really want to grab that that haste again. I did it before. I do test these builds before I show them to you guys. And yeah, it was crazy. Okay, we actually need to turn down the visuals a little bit here because there's a lot of AoE with this boss. And we don't want to lose any life. So there we go. And we're going to have to go to 20% now. Okay, we will do it without it, so just so you can see why. But we are going to have to drop it. We're going to go for Brittle and Colossal. We can do that because we've got Advanced Tactics, which gives all skills Brittle. And Colossal is increases to your area of effect. So that's why we do it. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know if you are.
The Primordial portal awaits.
I've used this before for my entire Demon Hunter run as well, using the dread grenades or whatever they're called, which deals damage based on, you know, enemies being in the area of effect of a bomb skill. And yeah, so this is what it visually looks like, and this is also why we turned down the visuals. So I wanted you guys to be able to see it, but yeah, it's not cool. Loads of damage, loads of damage. Don't even know what to say to that. That was just a whack ton of damage. Alright, let's turn that down. And at least you now know why we turn it down. And you can see the haste as well coming into effect. We now got 100 haste. Increased our movement speed to 309. But now we don't even need to worry about what happens to what's around us. We've got 600, 700 finesse as well. We've got a lot of block. We've got just a lot of damage everywhere, guys. And that's what the whole point of this was. We just chill here. And we got to move a little bit because enemies do throw things still at us. Pretty much one of the safest builds out there. Rolling boulder. Thank you for suggesting it. I was looking for an area of effect build. Alright, cast frequency, although we probably won't need it that much, because what we do need is to find ourselves damage increases. Also multicast, there we go, beautiful. That does increase the scent of blood, which is exactly what we're looking for. So these things are going to increase that damage. And that's what we need for the build itself. Aptitude, I don't even think we need that much aptitude, but we'll grab it, whatever. Bulwark, we do need more because we aren't on 1,000 stacks. And then after the Void, after the Void King, we will go and carry on because there's still more passes we need. But we do hit a brick wall eventually. I think it's at like 9 Titans. Okay, we don't actually need... I'm actually going to banish you. Okay, we grab a white... Okay, well, we don't need the cast frequency or that anymore for those. Because it is now a lower cooldown than it is a duration. Takes a little bit of time to ramp up. But as you can see, once we get going... Bam. Alright, over here there's a couple of things we can do. I think getting this armor health at regen is very strong. Area does increase the damage, but it's really not that necessary. We could go damage, cost, frequency, and movement speed, of which we don't need cost, frequency, or movement speed. So I think over here, actually grabbing the health, armor, and that is very, very powerful. So we'll do that. Skip all of those cutscenes. And as soon as it happens, bam. Just hold down E. Look at the boulders just chilling, rolling on the floor. Okay, I do love the fact that we can now skip those because it saves us so much time. So over here we click on, do we want wound? Yeah, we do actually want wound because that's going to give us more exposure. There's nothing, I mean, we could go disoriented. We don't have, I mean, we could do physical to magical actually, because that will help us more rolling boulders. Vigor is also good, but I think wound is the best bet over here. And then let's just keep going. I mean, that was a 16-minute finish over there, which is amazing. Volkage and Revolt gives us Shattered to Prowess, which we need. And then we go Prowess to Resilience. Hopefully we find it relatively quickly. But yeah, 0.2 seconds nearly on everything. Still a lot more maximum bonus needed over here, so let's see. Divine Legacy isn't necessarily needed here, but it definitely helps you get those massive increases to damage and things like that. So it just lets you get increased stats for free. I mean, getting increased damage on nearly everything is amazing. By the way, we don't even have exposed on hit yet for Battle Shout, but our main skill is actually rolling boulder, so it doesn't actually matter. We will still get it, because why not? So, if you guys watched yesterday's video, you'll notice that we found a bug with Misahet. Now, the bug was that if you spawn the boss, so if you skip the animation too quickly, so if the boss is still in the ground, she will stay invisible. So what you need to do is make sure that when you skip the animation, so like for Misahet, the boss comes out of the ground. So like for this one, they'll jump behind the wall. Before you skip, make sure that the boss is out of the ground. If they are still in the ground, they will be like not invulnerable, but they will be invisible. And you'll have to just wait, not wait for anything. You're going to have to fight an invisible boss. Okay, we got Shattered to Prowess. Now we need to try and we'll get exposed first, and we'll go to Broken and grab ourselves the resilience to purity. Because we first need to get the resilience. So we're going to re-roll a bit here. Didn't find anything. I think we still need to use some of our banishes, although we don't have any. But I think critical strike chance can be banished. Don't know about you guys, but I feel like having 1,000 critical strike chance is more than enough.
Forward, the Titans will bow or die.
Even our area of effect isn't at 1,000 yet. Okay, we did get to 0.2 on our Flesh Impale, Heartrending Strike, Double Strike. And then it's like a 0.7 on this and a 1 second on Rolling Boulder. The one thing about Rolling Boulder is because it is I think it's lasting. It doesn't say it's lasting, but I mean, it does stay for a while. You can see via the blue circles on the floor. We sound like a jet engine. We got a goblin. It's a bit late to have him, but it's whatever. And we are just looking for more potency. More bulwark, damage. Life is good. Block and armor also good. Multicast is good. I mean, how much multicast do these skills? Okay, we don't need multicast either, actually. Damage is good though. 306%. We'll wait for it to spawn again. It actually dropped the cooldowns by 0.1 second. These ones will be very difficult to get to 0.2 second cooldowns. Not every skill can get to 0.2. Not every skill has to get to 0.2. Literally another boss fight right on top of where we were. Okay, just... yeah. I guess just getting like blocks and things like that is going to be what we aim for right now. Still not getting the resilience though. To finesse. That's a good one. Gives us more. Beautiful. Guess we'll just go damage. Not getting prowess to resilience. That's a bit unfortunate, but if you guys are lucky, ooh, see there, you want to wait till she's out of the ground, and then you can skip the animation, and you'll have the boss available for you. Whereas yesterday when we did it, we didn't have the boss out of the ground before we defeated or before we charged in or swapped the animation. Skipped. Alright, all attacks now apply exposed, which is going to help with the battle shout, although damage wise, if we had to look at them, the one is doing far more damage than the other. Over here we should have a far... oh, this is going to be satisfying. Oh, it's so nice when you have... I finally got it right for you guys. Look at this vacuum effect, it's beautiful. Love it. I don't know what to do here. We need the resilience. Yeah, okay, we got it. Woo, finally. Thank you. Alright, that's great. Swing to earth. I mean, whatever, more aptitude. You can't actually scale that much of it. But we finally got the prowess to resilience, so it's actually good that we went for the broken Playz, because now we're going to be able to use it. You can already see we're on just under 400 stacks of resilience. Try and get ourselves to 1,000 stacks, which is the cap. Our movement speed is also up to 400%. That's why we didn't want more than one haste. I mean, just look at it. If you got to about 1,000% movement speed, you zoom around the map. So it's very fun for mapping and for finishing objectives, but very, very bad when you're trying to do everything else. We might end off after this one doing just one more boss fight so we can see, you know, what our damage is like. But otherwise it does become quite difficult because you don't do enough damage to the bosses. But yeah, this is pretty much everything we wanted from the build. Go damage, thrust to swing, get the block and all of that.
Finally, beyond it will be carnage. So be it.
Let's do this. Beat the boss, and then I think we'll do one more round to just show you what it's like. So we still need the healing. We'll do one more Titan. I mean, our damage is still very good. Our FPS is not, however. What is going on here, game? This is why we need the healing, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's in slow motion.
Every Titan down is one step closer to claiming the king.
I have found a way to break the game. Okay, there you go. Resilience to purity. We will do one more and we'll see just how much we can stand in things. Let's do the brothers because, you know, let's just test it out. I've done this before, and we like stand in their beam for quite a bit. I don't know how well it will work this time, but let's see what happens. So we actually got to a half finesse for a change, finally. I don't know how all of a sudden we have that much finesse. Maybe it just worked out properly, like the way it's supposed to. But we've also got to the point where there's just so many rolling boulders on the screen. And there you have it. We no longer need to even dodge. So that's the whole point to this. So we get so much healing as well. Our armor isn't that great though. So if we could find more healing, that will actually be very good. So not more healing, sorry, more resilience. So our resilience is only on 300. We need to try and get it higher. So more block and more of the prowess to resilience, if possible, if we could get 1 or 2 more. But I don't think we'll find them. Things are just instantly melting. I think people have forgotten about how stupid Centaur Blood is in this game. Oh, I don't know why I was dodging there. Force of habit. Alright, we got a few level ups. There we go. Give me more. We'll go for block, more armor. And let's see, let's hope that's enough armor to survive this. But the idea is for us to not move. That's not enough. Okay, we need to stack up first. So let's get to our slideshow state. And let's see the stats quickly. We've got 86 damage reduction and 91 block chance. Let's see. And either we lose the round here, or we beat them and we'll call it quits. But yeah. Because essentially what's going to happen is our damage is lacking in a sense. I don't feel like we've put enough into Battle Shot, although it's 673 damage per stack. And the bosses have over 3,000 stacks. It could be even more, because if there was another 0 you wouldn't see it. But there's a whole lot of other things we could go and get as well. So we could get aptitude to slow, and then get the slow to brittle. We could then get there needs to be a way for us to get like disarray to disoriented. That would be very helpful here as well. But if we look at our stats wise, I mean 2,000 critical damage, 1,200 damage, 1,000 critical strike chance, 1,000 multicast chance, 900 area, 1,500 armor, 1,000 block. We are pretty much, as you can see, as soon as we take damage, we heal it. We're standing inside his laser beam, and we don't lose or anything like that. This is pretty awesome. I really want to try doing this prowess to resilience on someone that stacks resilience and armor with shield wall. There we go. We actually defeated the small kobold. we defeated Volk for a change first. And there you have it, our Immortal man. There isn't anything to grab from these bosses anyway. Increased max health and armor. We could grab Electrified. That would actually be disgusting. But grabbing this will break the game. So don't do it. You'll literally lag out because of how much you're casting. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a really fun time with this build. We did only do it on Curse on a low level sigil. It really doesn't matter. The only difference I'll actually show you. But over here, so you can see 204 trillion and 55 trillion on Battle Shout with Resilience. Oh, sorry, Radiance nearly doing 1 trillion on its own. I just want to show you why it doesn't matter about pushing heart and level. I mean, obviously it's for clout and things like that, but the only difference between this is one, harder enemies, But look at the stats. The whole point of the game is to get more powerful in terms of materials, resources, minerals, and the void essence and legendary materials, right? So the only thing that changes is mana, soulstones, and prestige. All of this stuff does not get increased. You don't get more resources from it. All that happens is bosses become much harder. Enemies are much harder. I mean, look at the difference over here. 4,500 HP versus 38,000 HP. I mean, boss extra health, you know what I mean? The enemy HP is 4,300 versus 300 sort of thing. And the only difference is you get double the amount of mana, soulstones, and prestige, which you don't need if you're on Sigil of Weakness +5. And a level 1 character is not going to be able to do this. So that's the only difference. That's the only reason why, you know, it's more fun for me to show you things on Sigil of the Void +0. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.